Okay then, welcome to another battle report. This one is going to be Rebels and Patriots, which is by Osprey Games. It's based on the really successful Lion Rampant series with a couple of amendments for obviously the period around about the American Civil War and a few years either side. So with me today is Adam. Here at Black Dragon we are going to be fighting a little engagement, the battle for Lament Ridge. I'm going to have a company of Union troops on a little bit of a sort of sortie out. They've heard that there's some Confederates in the area, so they've gone out for a little look. Likewise, the Confederate force is doing the same thing, looking for supplies, and they've heard of a spring near a church on the outside of Lament Ridge, the town. So, the game we're going to be playing is 8 turns, and what they need to do is secure the spring, which is currently near the graveyard. And we're going
really
to...
hygienic.
Yeah, really hygienic, yeah. So it's holy water day. so we're going to basically go through the two lists, okay, and then we'll get cracking and show you how it plays out. Right, so that's that bit there. So what we'll then do is we'll go through...
Natural humour, yay!
Okay then, so the Union force...
Do you want to square those up properly first and make them look a little bit prettier?
Yeah, can do.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Confederates. The Confederates have 3 units of veteran line. One there, and one over there. And then they have a medium artillery piece as well. Okay. The Confederates, as this is 1862, they are veteran units. They are aggressive, but they are poor shooters. So better in combat, but not as good at shooting as the Union forces. And here we have the Union forces, which are all nicely ranked up here. So we have 2 units of veterans with the +1 discipline, and 2 units of green with -1 discipline, and another medium artillery piece. Okay, so they're the factions. We've already rolled for the traits for the commanders. The Union commander is Tobias Gibson. Okay, and he is wobbly kneed, so he stands the chance of, if he's taking casualties, going for a little retreat out the way. The Confederate lieutenant is Gerald Smythe, and too much alcohol and smoking has meant that he's quite wheezy, so he can't actually enter the woods with his unit. He won't keep up with his troops apparently, so he's a little bit old, but a veteran of many a battle. So we'll get cracking and we'll set up. We haven't deployed yet, so we'll get the deployment done and then we'll start with turn 1. The Confederates have 3 units of veteran line. One there, and one over there. And then they have a medium artillery piece as well. Okay. The Confederates, as this is 1862, they are veteran units. They are aggressive, but they are poor shooters. So better in combat, but not as good at shooting as the Union forces. And here we have the Union forces, which are all nicely ranked up here. So we have 2 units of veterans with the +1 discipline, and 2 units of green with -1 discipline, and another medium artillery piece. Okay, so they're the factions. We've already rolled for the traits for the commanders. The Union commander is Tobias Gibson. Okay, and he is wobbly kneed, so he stands the chance of, if he's taking casualties, going for a little retreat out the way. The Confederate lieutenant is Gerald Smythe, and too much alcohol and smoking has meant that he's quite wheezy, so he can't actually enter the woods with his unit. He won't keep up with his troops apparently, so he's a little bit old, but a veteran of many a battle. So we'll get cracking and we'll set up. We haven't deployed yet, so we'll get the deployment done and then we'll start with turn 1. Okay then, so we are back at the start of the game. Deployment has commenced. We have the Confederate cannon to the side of the farmhouse. The Confederate leader is just in front of the farmhouse, and then we have the 2 more units of veteran Confederates. Okay. Over on the Union side, we have a regiment of green troops to the side of the church, and then we have the main body of the Union forces looking to hold the junction and move up onto the objective. So we have got the Unions are the defenders from the point of view of the scenario, which means the Confederates get the first turn. So with the Confederates force, what we right, so if you hold that.
Yeah.
So the first thing I'm going to do is going to activate the cannon. I'm going to try and activate the cannon. So it passes on a 6. The cannon itself isn't veteran, so it has a discipline of 0, so I need a 6 to pass. I am getting +1 because I'm within 12 inches of the company commander. And a double 6, which is actually a positive event as well. So we'll just see what that is. And that's an 8. So an 8. In fact, actually, it should have only been 1d6, but they're the same, so we'll keep the 4. At the double, you may immediately roll for a new activation with the unit which is just activated. So effectively, the cannon gets to fire twice. That's the advantage of a double 6. So there we go. Right, so the first thing the cannon's going to do, we've got 2 units potentially within range, which is 48 in the case of the cannon. So both of them well within. We are 33.5 away from the veterans, and we are 35 away from the green. So basically we get have to shoot at the closest unit, so we're going to be shooting at that one. Okay, so they're behind an obstacle, but the cannon ignores that. So, but we are over 12 inches, so we're looking at needing 4s. However, we will need 3 hits full casualty. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and a wasted 1 there. Okay, so that is 2 of the Union troops fall to the cannon. Okay, so we'll just mark that for the time being. Okay, so Adam, what you'll have to do now is he'll have to pass a morale check, which is 2 dice.
Okie dokie.
Now you're on a 6 normally. They are veterans, so they get +1.
Mm-hmm.
And you are within 12 of your commander, because it's your commander's unit, I think, as well.
It is my commander's unit, yeah.
And as such, you will need effectively a 4 or more to pass your...
Okay, so that looks to be 9.
9. Okay, so we've got 9. Minus the 2 for the casualties takes it down to a 7, which is still a pass. +2 for your discipline, and your commander would take you back to a 9. So no disorder there. You are, however, hit by the cannon, so you also need to test because you're wobbly kneed.
Yeah.
So we need to see if you run away. In this case, it's
a
anything
1 to
4
4
or less.
Yeah,
1 to 4.
1 to 4 is going to run away. So
and,
that's a 10.
10. So 10, he's fine. He's not scared at the moment, but you have lost 2 men from that regiment.
Okay.
So the next activation.
So the cannon, has he got a second now shot?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's the advantage of rolling a double 6 on your order check.
Yep.
So same again, we're going to need 4s for every 3. So this time, there's 1. So only 1 casualty this time.
Mm-hmm. So that's now at the point we can remove a stand of my men.
Yeah, and it also still means another rally check, this time at -1.
It went in the church, typically.
Let's have a look what we got. It's a 1.
So that's a 4.
So that's a 4. Okay, so you remove 1 for the fact that you took a casualty. It takes you down to 3. You then add 1 for your commander, takes you to a 4. Add 1 because they're vets, takes you to a 5, which is a fail. So you actually take a disorder marker.
Okay.
So we'll just mark that unit up as disordered.
Okay. Should we go low tech and use a coin?
Yeah, I tell you what, we've got loads of.
We've got some corpses.
No, we've got loads of cannon barrels. So,
okay, we'll use those then.
Cannon barrel.
Okay, because nothing screams disorder like artillery pieces.
Exactly. Okay, and it was artillery, didn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so that's them done. That's their activation done.
Oh, good.
This unit over here.
Yep.
They are going to try and advance forward with a 9, says they do. So we take the lead guy, move him 6, and everyone else then just falls in around within an inch, remaining coherent.
And so game mechanic wise, what's the coherency meant to be? Is it 1 inch or 2 inches?
It's 1 inch of another model.
Excellent stuff.
Okay, unit at the far end, 3 plus 3, 6, and the veterans takes them to 7, so that's the pass as well. They will also advance, so use the flag bearer as the unit marker. As the Confederate left flank moves forward, and then the last unit is the commander, who again will go forward, this time on an 11. Okay, so that is the Confederates. Turn 1 over.
Okay, pretty devastating for the first turn.
Yeah. Okay, so
the first thing we're going to try and do with my force is we're going to try and rally the unit that's taken a pummeling from that.
okay, so they have 1 disorder token, so you're effectively going to be needing a 6, but at -1, you're +1 because I've got your commander there. 8, so you remove the token and they're now rallied. Not disordered anymore, but stay where they are. Next unit.
The next unit, we're going to move the green troops here up to the fence line because that's as far as they can move in this turn. So they'll be passing on a 6.
6 because it's +1 -1.
Yep.
Yep. So they move up there. In actual fact, it was +2 because you're close order as well, aren't you?
Yep.
So you get +1 for that.
Okay, so they've done
So they're
their
up to
thing.
the fence, ready to hop over next turn.
We've got a unit here of elite troops. They're going to push into the tree line.
Yep.
And they're not, by the looks of that.
So that's a 3. Even though they get the +1 for being veteran, +1 for close order, +1 for the commander.
leader.
That's a
So
6.
that's just in.
So they can
My
go
word.
half move into the wood, so 3 inch.
Which is more than enough to get them into the footprint of the tree line.
And that will also increase their cover rating.
Cunning plan.
Like a fox.
Maybe. Okay. We have another unit of green troops there, so they're a bit further away from
So
the
they're not going to
commander
get the
this
+1,
time.
so they're going to be on -1 here. A double
Ooh,
6.
double
so
6.
Roll 1d6, remember this time?
Yeah.
And it's a 5. Let's just check what that is. Okay, so they've just rolled a 5 on the event table, this green unit, and it turns out, lo and behold, these guys are fighting cocks. So they gain +1 discipline, so they're up to 0, so they're effective regular troops now for the rest of the game.
Happy accident.
So +1 discipline. Okay, and they get to move.
Excellent stuff. So they've got a 6-inch move.
Yep. So forward come the
March
cocks.
up the road. Okay. Shaky hands.
And then that just leaves the cannon.
Which is naturally going to have a go at shooting.
Okay, so this is a medium cannon with regular troops. So you're going to be on +1 because you're within 12 of the commander.
And the closest visible target is
Yep,
the unit straight up the road. So order checking on 6 still.
Yes, it would be, yep. And 11, so yeah, it's a healthy pass. So it's going to be 12 dice. You're more than 12 inches away.
Yep.
So you're going to need 4s because it's cannon. And you're looking for every 3 will do 1 wound.
Well, there's a potential 1 wound. And
Just the one.
oh yes, no, we've got another one.
Another one. So two casualties from the cannon fire. So you need to do a command check with the Confederates. And a 9 plus the veteran status plus the commander takes it to an 11. Minus the 2 for the casualties. Well and truly passed. No issue. Okay, so that ends turn 1. So in turn 1 we've had cannon exchange, both of which have taken some casualties off the opposing sides. Other than that, mainly advancing. Confederates have made a bit more of a move as terrain and morale have held the Union forces back slightly. So Confederate turn 2 coming up. Okay, so Confederate turn 2, we are going to start with the cannon, which we've measured to see who the closest unit is, and unfortunately it's this green unit here behind the fence line. The fence, unfortunately, is just a placebo for cover for them. So we're on a 6 normally, +1 because the commander's still within 12.
Oh, you are kidding me.
If you want to buy any dice that roll double 6s all the time, as this is the third one, the third activation.
I've got a feeling of deja vu.
Yeah, Dice Shop online. So,
You heard it here first.
exactly. Okay, so let's see what happens this time. It's a 3 this time. So this time is independent fire. Choose an enemy unit. It is hit by off-the-table marksman. Roll 12d6, hitting on 5s, counted as long range. 3 hits for a kill. So, it seems only fair we might hit your cannon by some sniper fire. Maybe.
Okay.
Alternatively, I suppose we could hit, because it's a free shot, we could hit your commander. As he's losing troops already, let's try and take him down again. So we're going to go with the local militiaman firing from the woods, looking at 5s. So we've got 1 death and 1 wasted. So that's 1 guy dead, and that'll be a command check.
Yep.
Okay. 7 is a pass because the veteran and commander. Okay, so 1 guy taken down by sniper. Okay, so the cannon itself obviously passes activation. That's going to fire through at the green troops over here. Looking at 4s, but needing 3 successes because of range. Only the 1. Okay. Actually, +1 to hit, isn't it? Because they're in close order.
Yeah.
So that would take it down to 3s.
This is less good.
So that's 2 dead.
Okay.
2 dead. Okay. So command check on those. 8 -1 minus the 2 takes down to 5. However, they are within 12 of the commander, so no morale issue there. And that's the cannon done. My Confederate commander is going to advance on a 4, +1 for being a vet.
Yep.
Takes it to a 5, +1 for the commander, takes it to a 6. So he manages to get up to here. Just spread them out a little bit because they're not in close order. So just to signify that they're not. However, we are now holding the spring. This unit here, 7, it says they move up the same place. Keeping an inch apart from the units. And then this unit here, going to try and activate on an 11. They're actually going to shoot. So this is the first time these guys are shooting. They are quite a distance away. Remember from the beginning, the Confederates have got the poor shooter rule, so they normally hit on 6s, but +1 gives them 5s. So I'm looking for 5s, but because of the range, I need 3 successes for each casualty. Let's see what we get. And in true Confederate fashion, no damage. So that ends Confederate turn 2. Okay, so start of turn 2 for the Union forces. So Adam, over to you.
Okie dokie, so it's probably time to try and return a favour and inflict some damage. We're going to start with my commander's unit and get him up to his fence line.
Okay.
To begin with. So
7,
that's
that's a pass.
So they can get to the fence line and no further. And we'll take their casualty marker with them. The troops that are currently in the woods are going to have a go at thinning out the herd in front of them. So we've got to shoot at the closest target. So on this, I'm almost certain it's going to be the guys sat bang in front of them, but yeah, there's going to have to be that group there. So we are...
So you're firing at this group here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think from the woods they're going to be the closest to the diagonal, so try and pass the order check.
6 is a pass because they're vets.
Okay, so we've got 12 dice coming out of this unit because they've taken no damage up to now.
Yeah.
And these are first fire in close order, shooting at longish range. So they're going to be hitting on... Right then, so now we've done the shooting and figured out what the modifiers were for cover, we've got a successful group of 4 dice causing a single casualty.
So cause a single casualty on this unit here.
So we'll have that one out of the way.
Okay. Due to the fact that it was the first fire bonus for the veteran unit, over 12 inches, but then they had the cover of there. So morale check, 5, +1 for veteran, +1 for the commander, takes them to 7, -1 is a 6, so they're still okay, no disorder.
Okay, so remaining actions for my guys, we've got a green unit over here.
Yep.
Who I think need to hop that fence and maybe start thinking about shutting down that cannon.
Yeah, very much so. So activating on a 7 effectively. Yep, because you're green, so -1, so that's a 6, that's a pass. So they hop the fence and move 6 inches.
Right, so moving on. We've got a cannon to fire. So the cannon's going to fire up the road again at the unit it targeted last turn.
Yep.
With a 6.
Which is a pass.
Yeah. So he's now firing 12 dice, and let's see what happens.
Okay, so which unit fire? This unit here.
Yeah.
So again, cover is ignored on this one because the cannon goes straight through it.
So
we have
5.
So you're looking at 4s.
So yeah, we've got a casualty.
1 casualty. Okay.
From that unit there.
And morale check. Again, veterans with the commander near, which is an 8, takes them up to 10, -1, 9, they're a pass.
Okay. So that leaves us with my green unit there, who are going to give these guys, because they're not going to be able to volley fire, I don't think, this turn, because we're outside of 12.
So just out of 12.
So they're going to do their first fire.
Yep. So normally hitting on 5s, down to 4s, but because you're more than 12... Okay, so start turn 3. We'll start with the cannon, see if we can get a double 6 activation again on this bad boy. And we're going to obviously be firing at the green unit again, putting more pressure on these guys.
Okay.
As they're starting to get a bit close. So we're looking at 6 now. We're going to be more than the distance away, so we need a clear 6, which we do with a 10. Okay, so the cannon opens fire on this unit here. So we're looking at 4s. However, they're in close order, so down to 3s now. But distance means we need for every 3 shots to kill someone. We are looking at 3s, so let's take the misses away. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3 dead.
So that's less than ideal. And then we have a nerve check for these guys.
Okay, so these guys are at -1, -3, so -4 in total. So that's 9.
Yeah.
However, -4 will leave a 5. So that is a disorder token. Okay. And they are now disordered.
Mm-hmm.
And rightly so, having got clobbered by a cannon. This unit here, I'm going to try and pass an order check, and yeah, we're going to try and pass an order check and fire back. So 8, yes they are. These guys are going to fire at your commander's unit over there. So it's 12 dice, more than 12 inches away, firing at close order. So we're normally on 6s. First fire for this unit takes us down to 5s. Close order down to 4s. However, I'm going to need 4 successes because they are in cover. And it was 4s we needed. So get rid of all of the rubbish rolls. So we've got 4, lose 1. So that's another guy in that unit hit. And that's a command check for the Union. 7 is a pass. And also we need to see whether your commander takes the hit or whether it's a standard soldier.
This is a
4 or less. So
2d6 check.
Yeah, so he's okay. He's still fine. Okay, so that's them done, and that's their first fire done.
Yeah.
This unit here will first fire at the unit in the open.
Yep.
So again, we'd already worked out they were more than 12 inches away, so we need 3 successes on 5s. Okay, so unfortunately just the 1 is enough to force a check. So these guys effectively have been upgraded to regular. They are within actually 7 minus the 1 for the casualty takes them down to a 6. So they are fine. So they're okay. And then my last unit over here, they're going to need 3 successes on 6s at that distance. So slightly over statistics, but we're going to give it a go. So they're going to fire. They've already fired once, so they're back up to 6s. And we don't quite do it, just the 2. So no damage there. Okay, and that is the end of the Confederate turn 3. So discard the last bit. No, I'm alright. Okay, so Union turn 3. So quite a bit of sort of stalemate at the moment, but the Union forces, I think the bugle has gone for them to advance forward to try and get within range to volley fire and use their superior shooting ability, basically. So we're going to start down here with this lot here that unfortunately are facing off against a cannon, this poor green unit. So they need to pass them around check. And they do.
Marvellous.
So
we can take that. Okay. So they've passed their morale check, so they can now draw some more fire from the cannon and hopefully not be disordered. So we're going to move on now to the commander's unit, and they're going to have to jump the fence to get within volley fire range after weathering some of that fire in close order. So that's a definite pass. So we're going to jump them across the fence. They're going to lose the bonus of the cover, but they will be able to do a lot more damage when they start shooting. Okay, so that's them past theirs. So we're going to try this unit.
Yep,
That's
no
another.
So 3
So I'm going to
inches.
keep them within the footprint of the woods, but they should be close on the volley fire range now. Okay, they're not pretty standing there, but they'll do the job. And then we have a unit here that's going to try and advance up the road a little on an 8.
Yeah.
So they're not going to advance to full 6 because they don't need to. So we'll hold back a little. So that's them advance, and then finally We'll use the cannon to give them another pounding, hopefully.
8 is a pass.
Yeah. So just pop them back there.
That's
12
dice on 4s.
And the multipliers was in groups of 3, so unfortunately it's just the one.
Just the one. Okay, so and an 11 says they're okay.
Okay, so that's the end of the Union's turn 3.
Okay, so end of turn 3 completely. Confederates still hold the objective, so an extra
2 points now.
So they're on 2 points so far. Okay, Confederate turn 4. Yeah, Confederate turn 4. So the Confederates got some choices to make here. Obviously, only really lost the one guy in that Union turn. So advantage Confederates in that one. Cannon obviously is going to keep the pressure on. I don't think he's unfortunately moved his commander close enough to be the nearest unit. The green troops down here in the corner still are. However, he has moved potentially to within bayonet range for some of the Confederate soldiers, but they might still be a decent distance off, so we might have to see on that. So Confederate turn 4 starting now. Okay, so we're going to start with cannon again. It's a 6 is a pass, just okay, because it's standard regulars, and they're going to plough some more fire into the poor hapless green unit over here. Still in close order, so we're looking at 3s. 3 successes needed. And this isn't looking good for the poor green unit, as another 3 soldiers fall. And they're now not in close order. They just don't have the bodies, because there's 4 of them left there. Okay, that's a command roll at -3. So that's a 5, lose the 3, the casualties, lose another one because you are green, takes you down to 4. You're still within 12, so you have lost, that takes you back up to a 5. So that's a fail, but only by the 1, and as such you are disordered again. And this time we've only 4 men left in the unit. You're below half strength, so now you're firing and fighting on 6 dice. Okay. Right. This unit here, tempted to charge your commander in combat. Might come back to that one. Over on the far side, I'll do that one first. They're going to advance up. 10. Needed that from a charge roll. Wasted it. So lead guy's going to pop up to here. Church bells are going. Okay, so we're going to try an all-important charge. Okay, so the activation would be on a 6, getting +1 because they're veterans, +1 because the commander is there as well. So let's see what we get. And 11.
Boy.
So they go in to combat. That's the Confederates with their fixed bayonets charge in. Slightly outnumbered, but we're banking on the fact that a bit more ruthless than the poor Union force there.
So played the averages there for my guys holding back, and it didn't work.
So attack wise, I want to cut it there because they've got an option to. Okay, so we're 12 dice each. The Confederates are hitting on 5s. The Union are hitting on 6s. So let's see what we do. For every 2, so I lose 1 man.
So not the strongest outputs.
So we're looking for 5s. And only the 1 man, because that one's left over.
Wow.
So 1 casualty each.
Okay.
And both factions will need to do a morale check. Checking distances. Mine are within 12.
Mine probably just.
Yep. Just.
Okay, so we'll get the.
So you're on a straight 6. Yep, and mine are passed as well.
Okay, so that's a locked combat, is it?
Yep. So I back off first, and they go back half move.
Probably not real.
Okay, so it's only me that retreats back. Just going to double. Right, okay, so that's them done.
So we're coming back to your leader's unit. And the rather tempting.
Well, the thing is here, I need to kill 2 guys to take you below 6 models, which will then really hamper your ability to shoot. So I think that's the obvious thing to do, is to try and kill 2 guys there and take away 6 dice.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great.
So I think it's a fire. Now I'm within 12 now because you've moved within the 12.
Yep.
So I am hitting on 6s.
Those dice, I am seriously not happy with those dice.
So I'm hitting on 6s, and I need 2.
So the odds are pretty good of you inflicting lots of damage again.
Yeah, so let's go with that. There's the one I needed. So that takes the...
So I'm officially at half strength there.
Correct. And that's also a...
yes, we'll have to do a morale check. So
you pass
7.
that.
Yeah, happy days.
Yeah, +2 -1. However, they are now only at half strength. Okay, so cannon's done. These guys are all done. Still holding the objective. So that is the end of Confederate turn 4. So Union turn 4. Over to you.
Well, that's a permanent shaken.
That's permanent now.
So I may as well try and advance them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so we're going to try and advance the unit down here with 4 guys left in the unit. They've got a permanent disorder marker now, and they're also that's going to be a fail. So they stay where they are.
Okay, moving on. We're going to go and finally now try and take advantage of the close order and utilise a volley fire from this unit
Yep.
into them.
Okay.
So they're still at full strength for shooting with 12 dice.
Hang on, order check.
Oh, yes.
Double
double 6.
Oh, this could be even worse. And a 6.
Another 6.
Okay, so right, bear with me 1 second whilst we sort that out. Okay, so double 6 activation roll, and the Union have got some reinforcements have arrived. So we've got a 4-point unit. So they have appeared here on the basis of a successful activation. So there we are. Okay, so back to the volley fire, because that was also going to hurt. So we've got 12 dice. You're at +1. So you're now hitting on 4s, and at that range, 2s. 2 hits per dice roll. 1, 2, 3. So only the 3.
Well, that's enough to make a bit of a mess of that unit.
Yep. So let's see what happens. And 11.
Oh, my days.
So these Confederates, they really don't care about that. 11 minus the 4, which is the 3 casualties and disorder, would take them down to a 7, which is a pass anyway, but then +1 for the veteran status and +1 for the commander. So they love it. And that's another 3. Volleyed to death. Okay.
So now we're going to use the cannon in an effort to finish off that beleaguered unit.
Activation. There's a pass.
So
That's 12 dice. You're going to be more than 12 inches away though, aren't you there? So
I think we might just be outside of 12. I hate to break it to you, yeah.
Yep, okay, so that's good news.
It is.
So every 3 hits.
On
4s.
4s. So
Just the 1.
just the 1.
Okay, so another 1 dies.
And they're obliged to take a second break test.
And this time it's an 8. plus the 1 casualty, plus the disorder. We'll take them down to 6, which is a pass, irrespective of the fact they're veterans and the commander's nearby. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the unit in the woods now, who are within 12 able to use volley fire 'cause they're in close order.
Okay, so order check.
But I have to now shoot at them, don't I? Because they're the closest unit. So order checking. Oh,
Is a
5, 6 for the leader.
6. They're also veterans as well.
Yeah.
So either way,
pass.
that's a pass.
Okay.
So
Hitting on, this will be their first fire as well.
this will be their first 5. So they're down to 4s.
Yeah.
They're within 12,
Yeah.
presumably.
Oh yes.
Just double check
I'm
it.
going to double check
Sure
it.
they are. But that would also mean that they need 3s.
Yep, they're definitely
So
within
hitting
12.
on 3s.
Yep. So we'll take out the ones that didn't connect.
No, sorry.
I've taken out 1s and 2s up to now anyway.
Okay, so they're hitting on 5s normally.
Right.
Plus 1 for the first fire.
Yep.
And then plus 1 for volley fire. So yes, they are on 3s.
So that is
and
3.
That is the unit destroyed. So unfortunately, the second volley from the side was enough to remove the unit.
So that's the first full unit removed from the game at this point,
Yep.
isn't it? But you're still scoring more points on the objective.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So
Okay,
we've
so
got a shaken unit here that's permanently shaken.
Yep.
And at half strength. So for them to volley fire, they're only using 6 dice this time.
They are.
They would pass their check first.
Correct.
So,
So the commander's unit is fine.
yeah. So we've got 6 dice coming out now, and volley firing. They should be in volley fire range.
Yeah, they're within 12.
Okie dokie. So that being the case, hitting on.
Well, this isn't their first shot, is it?
No,
shot?
this is their second time.
So 5s down to 4 for volley fire. It's only 2 successes, even though you're within 12, which would normally be 2.
Because
Cover
the
puts
obstacle.
it up 1, meaning you need 3. So actually, no effect.
So no effect. Okay. And then we've got the.
Well, that's their activation.
They
They're come on.
activated by coming on.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. So that's
So that is my turn. Turn 4 done.
turn 4 done, and another point. So the Confederates are now 3 up.
Yep.
Going into turn 5. Okay, so the Confederates now, whilst winning in turn 5, they've now got a bit of a problem, which is the fact that they're running out of bodies, or running out of units to activate. So we're going to start with the cannon, which is going to try and finish off the green troops down by the church. And this time, they decide not to fire.
Finally, the grey dice are
Okay,
broken.
so that's not so good. I think here what we're going to do is they're going to open up on the commander's unit again, or do we go into close order in order to be able to fire on 5s and volley fire? They're going to try and pass an order check and go into close order.
There goes the bells of Zuckerberg again.
Yep. So they are now coming.
Do they gain a combat bonus for being in close order?
No, it just means that.
Their next round of fire is going to be absolutely horrific.
Yeah. Okay, so they're protected by the fence line, and they will get some bonuses to their shooting, because let's be honest, they're Confederates and they can't shoot. Okay, so over there, I think these Confederates over here, now within range. Do they charge? Do they charge? That is the question. So viewers, what do you reckon? Should they charge?
Is it a choose your own adventure at this point? Should we
Yeah,
do
it is.
Do alternative endings?
Yeah, alternative endings. That's the way forward. One for the kids, that. Right. Okay, we're gonna attempt to charge, I think. So here we go. And an 8 should be enough by virtue of the +1 for the veteran status. Takes them to a 9.
Well, that's the 8.
So
This is it, all important. So the flag unit
closest man.
just contacts his base there.
Yep. Okay.
But that would involve crossing the woods. Would that cause a problem?
Well, the other thing we need to just double check is they're in 12 of the commander's unit, so that's an extra inch. So they're in.
So that's fine then.
So
So
it'll
the
be a
10
10
inch.
inch,
Can,
yep.
yep, that's
So in they
absolutely
go.
fine.
Right, so they're just going to move into combat.
I'll pile those in for you. So this is going to be potentially quite horrific.
Okay, in they go.
Right then.
So Unions again hitting on 6s.
So here comes their rolls.
One dead.
So
One Confederate
one
dies.
goes.
And the Confederates that will be hitting on 5s.
So we're hoping for some appalling rolling now.
And
see
no,
one
the
dead.
Confederates win 2 die.
Oh, excellent! Yep, two
Yeah.
pairs.
So,
So
2
that's-
pairs, so it's 2.
Takes a standoff and
Just turn the blood marker upside down.
sorted.
Okay, so the losing unit now is going to retreat.
Which is a half move.
Yeah, so it's a 3-inch move back.
Okay.
And it will also be a command check. Okay, so we've got the Union command check. So they took 2 casualties. 9 minus 2 takes them to a 7. They're fine. And then the Confederate command check.
Ooh.
5 minus 1 takes them to a 4. Plus 1 per vet. Are they still within 12 of the commander?
Here you go.
Yes, they are. So as such, that takes them back to 6. So they're okay. So they're good. So they go as they're aggressive. This Confederate unit, they are going to follow up and fight another round against the Union force there.
Okay.
Okay, so once again, the Unions are on 6s.
Oh, that's a few
Hello.
6s.
It's only 2 casualties though.
2 casualties is better than nothing.
So the Union are on 5s.
Ooh.
And only the 1 this time. Sorry, the Confederates kill 1 this time. So 1 more Union dies and 2 Confeds.
Yep.
Confederates pass on a 7.
Okay. And
And the Unions pass, so the Confederates fall back this time.
so the aggressive charge
Yep.
has stalled somewhat. And because I'd still be at half strength there's another volley coming out of those in the mow.
Yeah, so I need 1 more casualty to get them down to half.
Yeah.
So poor old Confederate unit is going to be in trouble over there in a minute.
So that's
Okay.
everything for your side.
So that is the end of Confederate turn 5. So Union turn 5.
Okay, let's just do a spot of tidy in there. Right then, so we're going to try and get these guys advancing
Yep.
even though they're shaken. So big
Yes.
numbers, there we go.
Yeah.
So there's no penalties to their movement while they're shaken. It's
No.
just
So
they've
6
sucked
inch.
it up.
Well, I said that, depending on which size it is.
Forward they come.
Dee, 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 dee. Okay. And we shall try and use a volley off of the shaken unit here if they pass their order check.
5.
5 with the leader is 6.
Veteran
minus
7,
1,
plus 1, 6.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still pass.
So that's a pass, so it's 6 dice,
Yep.
firing across an obstacle.
Yep. So not in.
Fives. So 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
That's
so
a-
3. That is 1 dead. So 1 guy falls.
And they have to
a
take their
command
check, which is most likely to pass.
Oh yes. No, they don't. That's 4. Plus 2, 6. Minus 1, 5. They fall back. No, don't get disorder. I do apologise. Okay, so disorder marker.
Okay, and then we're going to use these guys to give them another volley. Oh no, it's going to have to be them because they're the closest
Yeah.
target. Not necessarily a bad thing. What we'll do though is we'll wait for those. This is now a bit of an oddity because obviously those guys fell back in disorder. Do we think the cannon's got the ability to shoot at that unit? Or is the cannon then obliged to find a new target? So after some deliberation about what constitutes clear line, we're going to use the cannon to try and shoot at them. So
Oh,
the cannon's not firing, so
It's not
that was a
firing at all.
moot point anyway. So we're going to try and use this unit before they go below half strength. We're going to try and get another volley into those guys at point blank, which is happening.
Could have done with the other way around on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right then, so
So 12 dice,
yeah.
hitting on 5s normally, down to 4s for volley fire.
So we'll get rid of those.
This
for that bit.
distance, 2 successes is what we're after on 4s.
So that's 3 and a bit. So 3.
Yeah, it's 3, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 4.
Oh yes, sorry. Yeah, same result.
Yep.
So 3 guys.
And that's not going to be successful. So that is a disorder there.
Okay.
So 5 minus the 3, down to a 2, plus 1 for being vetched, takes them up to a 4. So yeah, it's a disorder.
Okay. So now this unit's going to have to
Yeah, still follow.
fire a volley into
Yep.
them. So this is now going to be
10 is a pass. Yep, 12 dice.
and they're no longer first firing.
No,
So
5 down to 4s though for volley fire. Well,
Down to
actually, hang on, they're in close order.
yes, they are in close order. So we
Can't
3
fire that unit.
Can we not?
No.
Oh, because it's front arc.
If attack.
Because we fired a little bit into that unit previously.
Can only move and fire in their front 90-degree arc. So no,
So
you
90
can't shoot that unit. It's got to be on this
That's
one.
those. So
So
we're firing across the obstacles then. So
you
we're
need 3
hitting on-
successes.
What are we hitting on again? Sorry.
It'll be 5s, down 1 to 4s if you're
Fours.
within 12.
Which we are. So that's a casualty inflicted there. Was it groups of the out?
And a 10.
So they're past them around.
They're okay. Another Confederate dies.
And then my final unit is the reinforcements.
The new recruits.
So 6 inches, we've got to pass their check.
Yeah.
They're
no.
very new recruits.
No, they don't want to know.
They're quite happy
Come to have a
sat there.
look.
Okay,
Voyeur Unionists.
so that's the end of the Union turn 5.
So again, another point for the Confederates, but it's whether they're going to have any men left to hold the battlefield.
At the end of the 8 turns, which
We've
is
got three
unlikely.
turns to go. So let's see how we get on. Turn 6 for the Confederates. So first things first, we're going to try the cannon again. See if it's going to fire this time, which it does just. And that's 12 dice. No +1 for close order now because there's not enough of them. So we're looking at 4s. And we need 3 successes for a kill. That's 1. That's 2. So that's another 2 dead. So that puts them down to 2 guys left in that unit.
Okay.
Alright. And a command check. Now, point 6, -1 for being green. Takes them down to 5. -1 for the disorder. Takes them down to 4.
The leaders within 12.
Leaders were in 12, back up to 5. So they've failed, so they take a second disorder token.
Okay.
So now action is at -2. And they're now requiring an extra 1 to do any damage. So they are pretty much dead men walking. 1 more disorder marker, and they are destroyed.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
So you've got your shaken infantry.
However, they are in close order now. So let's just run the maths on this. So they would normally hit on a 6. They get +1 for close for volley fire, taking them down to 5s. They'll be down to 5s with 12 dice, or we take an order check. So I think we definitely need to put some more pressure on that command unit. Need to really get rid of the commander in a way. So let's go with it. Let's try and pass the order check. 9 is a pass. So we're going to carry on firing even though we're disordered, which means we've got half the dice, which I didn't think about because we're disordered. But we are on 5s. We only need 2 successes. So so it's another casualty on the commander's unit.
Okay.
And another check to be done. 6 minus 1 minus 2 takes them down to 4, plus the 2 for veteran and commander. So they're okay. Okay.
Okay, so moving over to the Union.
Over here. Right, the only option, I think, is to probably charge.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to be taking more volley fire again. So let's go with it.
Oh.
That's not good. And
You've had the highs and the lows this time round.
so this time, this poor unit over here have double wonned it. So let's see what happens. 5. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Activating unit gains 1 disorder marker. That's not good because they've now got the 2. 1 more and they are routed. And that is the end of Confederate turn 6. Right, so Union.
Okay.
Time to mop up some Confederates.
I think this is where we start rattling through a little bit. So we will disregard the green troops on the side for the time being.
Yeah.
And we will use these guys now to pour some fire into that unit to begin with.
Okay, so
They're still at full strength
yeah,
based on
check.
the bodies. So
double 1, come on.
no,
that'll
they
do,
failed.
That'll do.
They did fail. So
Yeah.
that's less than perfect. So we'll move on to the cannon.
And again,
Here
calling
we go.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll do.
Wow,
I'll keep
that's-
calling these.
Yeah. I'm loving that. So
Next unit.
I'm going to try using green troops. All right. So that's a pass, isn't it?
Yes,
So
it is.
number 6.
No, because they are they within 12?
They might be. No, they're
Otherwise
outside
green,
of
so
12.
it'll be -1.
No, they are.
Yep, so
Just
they stay
outside.
where they are.
So they are definitely spectators for this one again. So we're going to try and do something with these
So
guys.
these 2 soldiers down here.
Yeah. Let's see what the dice say. No.
No, that is no. They don't like it.
No, not at all. So that's been my average roll this turn for order checks.
Yeah. So yeah, they stay where they are.
Marvellous. So we'll try the leaders unit.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Yeah, that's more like it, but 6 dice, so I can handle that.
So 6 dice, pouring fire into the unit in front of them.
Yep. Or not.
That's right, we needed a 3rd one because of the obstacle. So
Yep.
that's less than impressive. So that leaves us with my my remaining elite unit, which 5 is
6,
6 because of the unit.
7. Yep, they
Yep.
passed just.
So this is 12 dice, volley fire.
3 successes needed on 4s.
That's looking promising up to now. So
2 dead.
2 confirmed kills. They'll be firing at the front of them because they're in there. In the arc.
Yep.
So that's 2 into that unit over there that are already shaken.
That's right, they're not stirred. Oh, right.
There.
Oh, there they are. So that's a 4 minus the 2 takes them down to a 2. Plus 2 takes them back up to a 4. With the disorder back down to a 3. So it's a fail yet again and another disorder token. Not good.
And
Okay.
that has concluded everything that my forces can do this turn because
How-
everybody else failed.
So, however, turn 6, the Confederates are now winning 4-0.
Yep, 4-0. So it's down to
And
me to
2
wipe that.
turns to survive. However, 2 infantry units with 2 disorder markers each, and a cannon
artillery piece
that.
that can only shoot at a very weak unit.
Exactly. So let's see what happens. So we'll start with the cannon. See if we can mop up that last unit. On a 6 it does. So we're looking at 4s. Just the 1 this time.
Okay. And a morale check for these guys.
That's enough to send them home.
It is, yeah.
6
so-
minus the 3 takes it down to 3. That's another disorder marker, and that is 3. They're routed.
Okay.
Okay, so at least the Confederates have managed to send 1 Union force home. We're now going to need to do a rally order on the Confederate Commanders unit to try and keep them in the game. So we need a 6+. So let's see what we can do here. And in 11, that will remove a marker. So they remove all of them. So they're now not disordered, but they are done. And then this unit over here, I'm going to play the long game here. They're going to try and pass a rally as well. 7, +1 for vet, 8, minus the 2, takes them down to a 6, which is a pass. So they remove both of theirs as well. Okay, so the end of Confederate turn 7. We have finally managed to remove the green troops on the Union left flank. We still hold the objective, and we've managed to remove all our disorder, but other than that, no real casualties inflicted and a lot of Union fire about to come at us.
Okay.
Alright, so Union turn 7.
It is, and we shall start with the commander of the force.
Yep.
And hope they can do something. So that's
Yes.
10, so that's pretty
Pretty
sound. So they're going to go with fire into the unit in front of them. So they are below half strength, so can they still volley fire?
Volley fire, they must be in close order.
Which
So
they
they're
are.
not. No, because there's
Oh,
only
no, it's
5
not
of
enough
them.
bodies.
We need
So,
6 of
yes,
them.
that's
So-
right. So
So they're hitting on 5s.
with 6 dice.
Yep. And
And
it's
it's
enough
enough.
successes.
Yeah.
So one more falls, another Confederate down, and that will be a disorder marker.
Okay. So moving along that firing line, we'll go to the moving along the firing line. We'll use the full strength unit that's
Yep.
been pounding on those. So order checking
Yeah,
is a
that's
pass. So that's a full 12 dice. Oh dear.
So
And it's
Fours.
4s, isn't it? So in groups of 3. So that is 3 casualties.
wowzers.
Oh dear.
It drops them below half. Need to pass this one. Not with that, I don't. So it's 5 minus the 3. That's going to be an extra disorder marker.
Okay, so we're going to see whether or not the cannon can redeem itself after its last turn's
Yep.
poor efforts. It can.
Yep.
So that's still at full strength. This is 12 dice into that unit there on 4s.
Yeah, 4s. Every 2 hits is a casualty.
That's a lot of casualties then.
Going to be a bit of grape shot coming up. 2, 3.
Yep, 3 casualties there. So
7 minus the 3 takes them down to 4. Plus the vet 5.
and they were looking for a 6 to pass.
Yep.
Oh dear.
However, so we're on to a 5. Are we within 12 of the commander?
Yes, because I took bodies
Yes.
away from the opposite side.
Yeah. So we passed that just.
So we're going to now open up with this guy right here, which they are.
Yep.
So we are still
12 dice.
in the tin.
Looking for 4s. And 2 casualties each. That's enough to wipe them out. That unit's gone.
Okay. Ouch.
Okay.
So we've got the green troops that
Yeah.
might finally.
And on a
No.
double 1, it's something bad's happened. A
1-6.
Brown trousers. Your officer loses 1 honour from his score in this scenario. So at the end of this scenario,
Old wobbly legs.
Old
has got
Wobbly
brown
Legs
trousers
is going to lose 1 from his honour. So yeah. So end of turn 7. The Confederates still actually hold the objective. So 5-0. So it's whether the Union can actually force the Confederates off of that, pretty much by destruction only, I think.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm going to win it. Yeah.
And secure it. So let's start. So first things first, we'll do a rally order on this unit here. So the other option is to retreat. I suppose I could walk backwards.
You could and reduce my ability to hit you.
I mean, you're still going to be firing over the fence.
Yeah.
Let's just do the math on it. I need a straight 6 because I'm at -2 for the 2 disorder, and then I'm at +2 for veteran and commander. move 6 away would stop you being able to hammer me with that unit that's in the wood.
Yep.
I'm still going to get the benefit of the cover. The only threat would be the cannon.
Yep.
Let's do that. Because worst things worst, the maximum you can do is score 1 point.
Yeah,
Let's try it. Here we go. Confederate retreat. Yeah, a 9 says they do.
excellent.
So here we go. Let's just move them. No, it's normal move, so 6.
Oh, full 6.
Yeah, it's not a retreat as such, it's skirmish.
Okay. So that's less than perfect.
Okay, so we're back. However, we do have 2 disorder markers. So if we fail take any casualties and fail, that will be a rout. So it's a bit of a gamble. We are within 18. However, the commander's unit is now the closest to my cannon.
Yep.
So let's see if we can get the cannon active. 10 says we are. Ignoring the cover. Hitting on 4s. And at that range we need 3 casualties.
Yep.
And that's 2. So that's a stand gone.
It is.
And command check at -3. Takes down to 5, +1 for vet, +1 for that, so they're okay. However,
Another token.
okay, so the Confederates are pulling back. Can the Unionists?
This is it. So we're going to start with the cannon because I think.
I'll tell you what we have been forgetting to do. I haven't rolled my double 1 to see if. No, so my commander's okay. Let's see if Wobbly Legs is okay.
Oh, yes.
We haven't done it for a while, but
No,
yeah,
he's
fine.
looking healthy still.
He's doing fine.
Yes, of course, the officer check.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But Mr. Brown Trousers was obviously hiding behind a gravestone, so didn't have to check the previous turns when they took damage. So.
yeah.
Okay, so Union turn.
This is turn 7, I believe.
Yeah, turn
So
7. Yeah.
This is the cannon. This is probably the one that makes or breaks it. It breaks it.
Oh
So
dear.
that's less than perfect.
Okay, so really.
I don't think these guys are going to be within 18, but we'll check.
No,
they're out. So it's down to these 2 units here. So we'll start with the one that's at full strength.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a pass.
6 is a pass.
So this is it. This is now 12 dice.
So no volley fire.
No volley fire. No, because they're outside of 12. Yikes. So what do I need? 5s.
You need 3 successes to kill 1 guy.
Well, we've got that.
Right, so 1 guy falls.
And then,
Not
yep,
enough.
that's not enough.
Okay, so here goes. 7 plus 2 takes me to 9. -3 takes me to 6. We're okay. We're still in the fight.
Oh dear. And the last unit, I don't think it's going to have enough poke to do it.
Well, I've got to pass an order check first.
No.
Oh yeah, let's have another brown trouser moment.
5.
5.
Different result this time.
Activating unit gains a disorder. They're
They're
gone.
broken.
Brown Trousers has decided that he's had enough, and he has left the battlefield.
Wow.
So he's now going to be called Elvis from this point onwards. And the last thing is the green troops have turned up. Are they actually going to activate?
Yes, they
do. 7 minus 1 is 6, so that's good enough to get them moving forward 6.
So if it had another turn or 2, it'd been a very different game.
So turn 8, or the end of turn 7, no one holds the objective this turn. So still 5-0 to the Confederates. So Confederate turn. They can't afford to take the risk, I think, now. They're outside of 18, or outside of volley fire range. So they're going to do a rally, see if they can... 7, minus the 2, but plus 2, they do. So they remove their... so death is the only thing that will take them off. Yeah, sorry, 1 is permanent. However, they can't now really be... well, they could. I mean, the cannon could still do it. So this cannon firing in to these guys. So they're only in soft cover. The woods counts cover. So it's ignored for the cannon. It's not a brick wall or anything. So let's see if we can get the cannon active. We can. So the cannon needs to... ideally disorder that unit, and now the commander's not there. They're only getting the +1 for veterans, so we could do something here. Hitting on 4s, need 3 successes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Not quite enough for a second one. So one guy dies,
Okay.
and it's enough to force a test. So do a nice little disorder here. 6.
One up, one down. For
Yeah,
veterancy.
1 up, 1 down. So unfortunately, yeah, one up, 1 down. Yeah, so casualty and then that. Yep. So they're okay. That's the end of that was a very quick Confederate turn 8. So on to the Union.
It all hinges on the cannon now.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see what happens. The cannon fails.
Fails. So at that
he's not
point,
veteran.
not a veteran.
So
we've got the potential of a volley. Well, I say a volley. Some shooting from this unit here into that one. If we can pass the order check.
Nope.
Which +1 for veteran.
Oh yeah, sorry, you only got casualties. So
There's
6.
a casualty,
yes,
so
passed,
that's possible. So this is it.
5s. Enough for 1 casualty.
Right.
Can he do it? He can. And that is the end of the game.
It is.
And so the Confederates.
It's a hollow victory.
Hollow victory, ferric victory, and Confederates win. Aggressive, early doors, moving up. Union did what the Union do, which is form into nice, uniformed rank, move forward, fired a lot of shots at the Confederates, killed a lot of Confederate soldiers. However, the cannon managed to cover the retreat of the general. So
last man standing. I think the real takeaway there was obviously the fences really hindered the Union's advance early doors.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
the cover was useful, but they were delayed getting into that centre point.
Definitely,
so
and
they had to weather that hail of fire early doors.
Yeah, and I think because you had the numbers, you probably could have, in hindsight, sacrificed a few guys going in there.
I could have gone for a charge, perhaps.
Yeah. Or even just got more troops in there, really. Again, it's the amount of weight of fire rather than necessarily quantity of the fire. I mean, obviously in this game, the level of soldier or the level of ability affects your orders. Doesn't really affect your firing. So again,
important lessons learned, but I think they played to their strengths.
Okay, so just for fun, we're going to just work out how Mr. Brown Pants did he or did he not gain any honour. So let's have a look at the scenario for this one and see what points they actually had. So, both the attacker and the defender, they gain 3 honour if your company controlled the objective marker for the most turns. So the Confederates gain +3. +1 honour if your company managed to cause at least 33% casualties to the enemy.
I think I might have got that one.
Yep, definitely. So 1 to the Union there. I don't think the... mind you, actually saying that, the Confederates did. Took 2 units out, which is 24 soldiers. Yeah. 25... +2. In fact, actually, that's another 3, another 5. So that's what, 27 soldiers. That's over 33%.
It was a bloody fight.
Yeah. +2 honour if your company has taken less than 33%. Well, no, because both sides obviously suffered that. So the Confederate commander gained 4, and the Union gained the 1. However, he pooed himself and ran away. He lost.
-1.
He lost the honour, so he stays at 0. However, the Confederate guy, he got +4, which takes him up to lieutenant from second lieutenant. So his tactical value becomes +1, so he gets +1 to his dice rolls for attacking and defending from now on. But he also gains a trait. So if I can just borrow a Union dice for a minute. So the Confederate will be the lead dice roll. 44. He's a drill instructor. So the Confederate lieutenant has been trained his men hard in the fine art of drill. The officer's unit may start the game in close order if they have that special ability. So he can start in close order, which we didn't realise because in fairness we started the Unions in most of them in close order, but we know for next time. However, the Confederate unit once he's actually got some more men, because he's going to have to recruit quite a bit.
Heavily.
He will be able to drill them into
Drill and Mr. Denny.
Yeah, that's the one. So there we go. So that's Rebels and Patriots. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's any questions or anything, obviously put them in the links below. That was the first time we've really sort of gone through it. Really enjoyed it. Lovely little skirmish game. It's a period that's always sort of been quite interesting to me, but always put off by the fact I don't have a 25-foot table to play some of the 28mm scale on, and anything smaller than that, and quite frankly it doesn't do it for me. The rulebook is available through ourselves at blackdragonminiatures.com, but also it's published via Osprey, so anyone who obviously produces that. Miniature range that we've used today is mainly Perry's, and again, the miniatures are available through Perry's, or Warlord do them as well, North Star, and there's various other sort of metal manufacturers. So hope you enjoyed it, and please do subscribe. We do quite a few different games, and we're really starting to get the channel up and running. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.